Da-da, 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 da-da. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dungeons Mad Mage. We are back from break. Okay, so you guys pull yourselves up out of the murky depths of the sluggish Sourgoth River, past a beachhead of bone caltrips, into this what looks to be like it doesn't look like a home. This place, right, is not a home. There aren't dwellings here. There are pallets. There's not infrastructure. There's not buildings. There aren't ovens or anything that would denote like a tribe. It's all scattered masses of just trying to survive. This is a refuge. And as you pull yourselves up and into this cavern and you see the ill, the diseased here, you can see the archpriest, Nulgaloop, has moved southwest into another cavern. And the Kuatoa themselves have kind of like parted. Those that can move readily have kind of like moved out of your way. And allow you further south.
Right. Hello, good day. Pardon?
Hello. Hello.
Excuse
good
us.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, coming through.
Hello. Good day.
Yep. Oh, uh-oh.
So, Ashes kind of leads the way down into the next cavern. And you find yourselves... you find quite frequently, like Matashtai, as you're walking through, the fishfolk kind of like shy away from your light. They shield their eyes as you kind of like pass through, and you open up into a second cavern, and within this second cavern,
Is that a hooked whore?
you find the
Is it
walls.
Ezekiel?
The walls. That's a throwback.
Dude, fuck him. Raised to be a weapon.
He was, actually. The walls here are also coated in a thick green slime, though there are several sections where the slime seems to be more shallow than others. A few large puddles of green goop sit in the corners of the cave. Mutilated monster carcasses are piled around the room's perimeter, and they exude a just putrid stench. In the center of the room, sprawled on the slimy floor, I'll do like a little freehand here. Sprawled on the slimy floor is a decapitated limestone statue depicting a bare-chested male sea elf. Its hands have been replaced with reptilian claws, and additional limbs have been added to it in the form of what looked to be a bugbear's severed arms. A pair of rusty short sword blades thrust outward from the statue's breast, and it wears a kilt of green moss. A rusty lantern serves as its head, and inside that lantern is a fist-sized, glowing green gem. Nulgaloop stands next to this misshapen monstrosity. Another Kuatoa in front of him, kind of in between you and he, and then another one a little towards his back. Each of these is wielding a man-catcher and hook, And they seem to be a little more hale and hearty than the fare that you have seen out in the refuge. Nulgaloop kind of like hails you as you walk in. Welcome to the sanctuary of Klabu.
Who's Klabu?
Well,
He
met.
kind of looks. This is Klabu.
All right.
I was saying Darkest Night.
Nulgaloop sees your or gets your kind of like your trepidation or your and
Did y'all make Klabu, or was Klabu like this when you got here?
he tells you, he says our god has failed us, fallen, right? Says a new god must be born. Klabu will be that god.
Old nipple swords here.
Do you think that's wise, mocking their new god?
You mock the mighty Klabu.
No. Absolutely not.
It's actually okay. Klabu is not yet mighty, but only because Klabu does not yet live. Klabu must
you got a
first be
little,
completed and
looks like you got a
born.
good start in the head there, that glowing thing there.
What is you talking?
Ezra,
Yeah,
He got a green gem in him.
you have proficiency in history, correct?
indeed.
Does anyone else have proficiency in history?
I think I do.
Sir.
I do.
Those of you who have proficiency in history can roll a history check.
I am actively bad at history.
I have proficiency in
Me
like
too.
everything.
Oof. Okay. Welcome to Rogue. Welcome to Rogue. Okay.
I rolled a 2 and a 1 as my rolls today.
I need you to like get advantage on your history checks, Jake. Cause you do that a lot where you're like, oh, second roll, really good.
Yeah.
Ezra is just like, there's potential enemies at his back. There's this crazed archpriest
Oh, yeah,
at
this
his
is a
front.
terrifying
He's so glassy-eyed with like, oh god, what's happening? That he doesn't think about what's going on. Bones, you have, for whatever reason, right? Whether it was here on
nobody
this
really
planet
knows.
or whether it was on your original planet, you have some sort of experience or knowledge of the Kuatoa, in that you have heard rumors of these crazy fish folk. That their minds are broken. But they are broken in such a fashion that they can collectively give birth to gods via belief. And it seems as if that's what they're trying to do here.
I didn't
That's
know
a
they could
that's
purposely do it.
specifically a Kuatoa thing?
That's specifically a
Yeah.
Kuatoa thing, yes.
I didn't know that they could like plan one out. I thought it was just kind of like a it happened
hold
kind
up.
of thing.
Hold up. So if I just like convince a whole bunch of Kuatoa to really like me, I could ascend to godhood that way.
No, it's not
No.
that some body gets turned into a god. Like a god's made out of literally nothing.
Somebody.
Look at what they're trying to devise into a god. You're not god material to them. Now, if you cut off your arms and sew on two like elephant
Well, I
trunks
gotta
as
be a fucking
arms,
Frankenstein to be a god?
yeah, basically, that's the way their minds work.
Well, how about I restructure their minds to think that a beautiful Kalashtar named Matt could be a god?
Have at it. Let's do it. Get right on it.
I've changed my mind. We are no longer killing the Aboleth. We're going to use the Aboleth to brainwash them into believing I'm a god and have me ascend.
So,
The Aboleth is probably down for that if you do whatever it wants.
Nulgaloop looks at you after like this little explanation that he gives, and Bones kind of like whisper talks to the party about like, yo, like these things can actually make gods if they believe strong enough. And Nulgaloop kind of like just kind of like his jowls jumbling, right? He's chuffs. He's very happy with himself, right? He's just he says, "Ah, dry skins, you have come at a fortuitous time. The birth of Klabu is not yet ready, but we can make it so. And once our god is born anew, we will have the power to face down the hated enemy."
Speaking of which, you might not need the power of a god to do so. We've already fought with him before.
You hear this kind of like hiss, and you see the other two Kuatoa, and you see their mouths just go as they're making this kind of like...
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with your god, or that your god won't be great once he comes into his own. I'm saying that we could do it now. Together.
Foolishness! To match the power of a god without the power of a god! You speak ill will. We must raise Klabu and use his great mights to defeat the hated one.
Or, and follow me on this one, maybe you and your warriors just keep the hated one's minions away from us while we deal with it.
Our warriors? Which warriors? Those that stand here? Or those that stand at the side of the hated one?
Porque no los dos.
We must have our god's power to break the hated one's hold.
Okay. How long is that going to take?
With your aid, not long.
And how would we aid you in this?
Hold up.
Klabu must be completed before he can be raised. We need the final pieces.
Okay.
Do I see anything that looks like missing?
Nulgaloop looks at you like appraising the monstrosity, and he's chuffs again, happy with himself, like he's talking sense, right? And he says, "We must have wings to give him flight, a chariot fit for a god, and a weapon to smite his foes."
You don't want him to like swim?
He already swims. He got
He has
that.
to swim and fly.
He's
He has to do
got a
both.
mermaid
So
tail.
yeah, absolutely, he's got to be a god. So specifically, Nulgaloop will tell you: we seek the legs and fur of a giant spider to fashion into wings.
Oh, we know where some of those are.
We seek enough wood to build our god's chariots. And we seek a worthy weapon for it to wield. Once obtained, Klabu can be risen and smite the hated one.
What would you consider worthy for a weapon?
Buh.
It must have magic! Magic!
So, like, you have to give up like a plus weapon to this pile of garbage.
So, I missed the middle. So I heard it needs wings and it needs a magical weapon. Was there something else?
Just a bunch of lumber. To
It needs the legs and fur of a giant spider with which to fashion wings. Enough lumber, enough wood to fashion a chariot for it. And a weapon worthy of a god. And when prompted, he just says magic.
And I can't imagine these guys are good woodworkers. A chariot for a god is...
You look upon the monstrous statue itself. It doesn't look like these guys are necessarily good anything craftsmen.
They'll be lucky if they get a box.
But you also get the impression that it doesn't necessarily matter to them. They don't seem like they're going for function, more form.
I mean, broken mind makes that. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's like, orcs in Warhammer 40k. They just believe that the Daka dakas, and so it dakas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know. If I'm following correctly, we get you these things, and what's the timetable on God birth after that? Day?
9 months.
I
Week and a
must.
half, or
This is the
7.
god will rise when it must rise, but we will begin the ritual immediately.
do you have an average ritual time?
How many times have you done this before?
What's the ETR, estimated time of ritual?
Twice.
What happened to those gods?
One sits within the great home. It has abandoned us and so been cursed, powerless.
Okay, and the other?
Died.
He fell into the river like 10 years ago, and broke.
Okay.
And
And broke. Okay. Uh-huh.
get out of here.
Thus the new god was born! And he'll probably use his old god's name, but it escapes me at this point in time. It is called, the old god, Bulbaslop has abandoned us.
Great. Good.
Almost lob.
And if we get you these things and the new god is born in what I can only assume is a timely manner, you're gonna help us, or is he just gonna kill the aboleth himself?
Surely our new god will smite the hated foe.
Okay, so no guarantee.
Well, look, all right,
Is there a guarantee it doesn't smite us?
You asked that?
We're
Yeah,
not hated
right?
foe.
This is
We're guests.
why would the god smite that which helps birth it?
Hard to tell.
Unless it's hungry. Or it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
It's
I
fucking
get real
Tuesday.
close to everybody. I'm like, okay, if we just cut his heart out, that alchemist will make us all super good potions for fighting the aboleth. Look, and we get 1,000 gold, dudes. 1,000 gold.
Right. But first, I don't know, how powerful this thing
Okay,
was
but
actually going to
you
be. But
realize-
if we let them fight the aboleth, we could just do cleanup duty. It'd be easy.
Okay, but we're gonna have to piss off the drought to do this because they have the giant spiders.
Yeah, they're probably not just going to give up a drider to...
It seems
Wait.
unlikely that they're just gonna let us have a big ass spider to butcher.
right?
Just to be clear, you guys are sitting there whispering in the middle of this room with him watching
Yeah,
you.
I don't think he does-
Noogaloop like looks, blinks an eye, and then turns and kind of like starts fiddling with the statues.
And you know, fucking, no.
Yeah, he's
Like,
He's
I'm not
okay.
gonna openly speak out about like killing these guys or anything. I'm talking about like
That's exactly what Zach was just talking
Oh,
about.
no, that's what I said.
About?
100% I said that. That's
Zach's like, we could just cut this dude's heart out, and we
we just cut their heads. I mean, most of them are
Oh,
sick.
it's
It's
the
not going to be
butcher.
hardly a fight.
there's a bunch of fucking babies out there.
People don't kill the babies. I don't need the baby hearts.
Well, you just gonna murder all the parents and leave the babies?
Technically, I don't need all the parents, just his.
Okay. And so the plan is that you gonna murder him, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, cool. We hated that guy anyway. Take
No,
his
that's
heart."
really
guy.
unlikely. We're
He's a
probably
piece
going
of
to have to kill
shit.
most, if not all of them.
Then back to the babies. The babies have no family.
They're slavers.
The babies aren't.
Not yet. They're bad people.
So why don't
They
we
want
try
to
to
birth Godzilla here.
I mean, yeah, I do have a problem with the whole helping them birth a god. Well, I have low expectations for their god. I don't know that that sounds like a great idea.
I think it's just as likely to fuck us as it is to do anything else.
I agree. It said it gets hungry, and if it, I don't know about you guys, but if I was a new god, I'd be like pretty hungry.
the day the Kuatoa god slew and consumed you all was a day
Look,
that changed your lives. But for
I've been
him,
counting, and there really don't seem to be more than about 5 or 6 able-bodied people here.
There's a moment right where Noogaloop kind of like his head tilts. He's like, my guests, you remain. Were my instructions not clear? Go! Fetch the
very clear.
items to
know what?
complete Klabu!
you got it, boss.
And he turns away.
Start heading back.
Okay.
We can discuss this further.
Hey, just out of curiosity, do you know where any giant spiders are?
Before we were driven from the home, the great home. You hear this echo down the tunnel. Great home. There were the spindly ones, far to the northeast.
Okay, got it.
Drop.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah. I leave.
You get runway taxied out of the fucking refuge cavern
Pardon.
and across
Excuse
the river to the other one.
Just making my way.
Making you way across. Oh god. Okay, cool.
Okay. So, hear me out, right? If we can somehow put together this god, there is another path we can take. We could go take care of the Aboleth, but then, with Kuatoa god in tow, could just go attack the Drow, get them out of this floor too. And just let the
Yep.
Kuatoa do whatever. I mean, to be fair, even the Kuatoa, the Drow do.
I don't know what you said. You cut out, or
Yeah,
for
you
me
cut
at
out for
least.
me as
Oh.
well.
Oh, I said how long ago?
Not long.
Seconds.
Oh, I said it's just that even the Kuatoa seem to have been treating us better than the Drow did, even though they were seemingly forgiving of us slaughtering a lot of their kind.
We didn't slaughter any Kuatoa. What do you mean?
No, I'm talking about the
Drow.
Drow.
At least the Drow bargained. The Kuo-toa were like, oh, help us birth the god, just cuz.
Nulgaloop did seem, his attitude seemed as if he just assumed it was your duty.
No reward. In fact, we're losing a magic item.
Yeah, that's true.
No promise of assistance, or even continued life.
I think it's understood that even if we don't help, as soon as that god's up and running, they're going to fight the Aboleth.
Oh my god, how many of them do you think are gonna die trying to kill the spider?
Majority.
Yeah.
I mean, and if they kill the Aboleth, then that means Bones doesn't get a chance to find any resources.
Yeah, you don't get an aboleth beak.
Look, I'm there's like 7 people over there, and that's like more than 100 gold ahead.
I mean, I don't feel like super great about being invited into their home, then murdering them all and leaving the babies. If we want to fight them, we can leave, murder their scouts, and start a real battle.
What the fuck?
Okay, are there any scouts poking their head out of the river?
No, not really. You guys seem to have left on good terms. So
You're such a murder hobo.
They seem
That's a
less
damn shame,
interested in.
I just wanted to do what you wanted, Mitch.
No, that is not what I wanted. That's what I would prefer over your plan of assassinate this man and rip his heart out in front of all the babies.
Look, would you
Not
like
really.
They were in an adjacent cavern. They wouldn't have
Cut.
seen it.
what if, so we know that the Drow have spiders. What if we went back and asked for some warriors to help us go take care of the Drow for the spider legs?
Time out. Why the fuck do we want to make a Kuo-toa god? I don't understand why that's even on
I
the
def
table.
don't
Alright,
want to
so-
do that.
So Ashes is going to not really believe, like Matt said that they could create a god. I'm just gonna believe they're gonna create
I didn't say that. I didn't know that shit. That was Bones.
Bones. Yeah, that was
Oh,
Bones.
Bones. And I'm gonna like assume or believe that it's a god in the sense of that's what they believe it is, but it's gonna be like freaking Ed and Al's resurrected mother in the first episode of freaking Full Metal Alchemist. Just this disgusting like.
I have roughly zero interest in helping them make this god. If they aren't up for making resources available to help us fight outside of that, then I think we just walk away. Unless Bones wants to murder their archpriest and take his heart, which I don't know that, like... I'd like to leave before you do that. You guys can do that.
You know, I really, really want to, but I won't unless everyone is okay with maybe doing it.
All right, let's just
Okay,
list out the
real
things we
quick,
could do.
morality check. Who thinks it's okay to murder this man and take his heart?
I was gonna say, Zach, are you not even gonna raise your hand? Holy shit!
1,000 gold, wisdom's advantage potions for everyone.
He
Those
said
are two
morality,
tangible-
not mechanically.
No, I'm just saying that's 2 tangible benefits.
Morality.
Morality.
Yeah. That fits with my morality, bro.
Money is your morality.
Success is his morality.
I mean,
All
to
right,
be
so
fair,
our options
from
are
a neutral standpoint, the Kuo-toa aren't a innocent race.
no, they
But-
are
I
a
tend-
slaving
but-
race.
Always bear in mind, I tend to not use purely racial tropes. So any different
yeah.
group that you
They
meet,
carry man catchers.
Yeah,
This-
it's called a man catcher. I don't
maybe
understand.
they're friendly. I'm just
Look,
pointing
they
out.
used to
I'm just
have
pointing
nets
out.
on the end
I'm
for
just
catching
pointing out.
fish. but
Exactly.
they-
The general understanding Ezra would have for what the Kuatoa are they a friendly allied race that we want to have dinner with all the time? No. Do I think going all Kano style, ripping out a beating heart is cool? No.
Doesn't have to be beating.
So
Like
Ezra's
Ben's
kind of
pit.
in the gray area
My
where
daddy told me.
this person dying might not be a bad thing, but I'm not gonna advocate for it.
All right, fine. We'll put a pin in it and leave. I'll leave.
Just put a pin in it. We can always come back. Just put a pin in that.
Ezra
it's
would
fine.
be more okay with killing off the Drow due to previous experiences, but raising a god for a very questionable group, also, Ezra's not so keen on.
How powerful could this god
Does it
actually
matter?
be?
Fine. It's fine. It's
A
fine.
lesser god is
It's
stronger
fine.
than we are.
It's fine. Okay. I'm gonna
I just
assume
want
I'm
it
gonna assume that
known-
you guys kind of like travel back up to the crossroads and you're having this conversation
Yes.
there, right? Kind of like out of the proximity of the Kuatoa, but not further.
I just want it known that if this god has disintegrate, it targets ashes and not Ezra.
Oh, that's
That's not how that works.
amusing that you think that's what's gonna happen, Ezra.
So,
Oh,
all right, just
let's be
list our
honest.
options.
Those two sword nips, each one of them is gonna disintegrate, and they're both gonna get cast at you.
Why?
So,
Why is Constitution saving throws for Jay likened to disintegrate and Jake? I do not
That's-
appreciate this.
It's just how it's the hand that our D&D experiences
He at
have
least
dealt
gets
us.
to roll for whether or not it
I mean, you get to
succeeds.
roll
It
for
doesn't
being
matter.
come at
disintegrated.
me. It just comes at me. There's no roll to decide if it comes at me.
Yeah.
Rude.
Alright. The party, after this just strange encounter with the archpriest of the Kuatoa, Nulgaloop, you make your way away from the Kuatoa refuge back to this kind of like it's almost becoming like a central hub area, this crossroads where you had fought the Ropers, right? And what's the plan now? There are still vast swaths of the level that remain unexplored to you. If you reference your handy dandy map,
We
Mapalappa,
also haven't gone to the west, the
yeah,
far west. at
there
all.
are entryways to the far west. There are entryways to the northeast. There are entryways, directions, great gaps in the map to the south. What do you guys want to do?
all right, guys.
Do you wish
Listen,
to?
listen. We have a lot of options, right? We can fight the Aboleth, fight the Kuatoa,
No, we don't know where the
fight the
aboleth
Drow.
is.
But on the other hand, we could also continue to befriend the Drow or befriend the Kuatoa. Now, obviously, some of these cannot exist at the same time, but the thing is, if we befriend the Kuatoa, fighting the Aboleth could get a lot easier.
Or harder.
Or make no impact whatsoever.
Yay, Kuatoa!
Yeah, I think the Kuatoa are the worst option.
Yeah, I'm kind of like.
You think the
They're
Kuatoa...
fodder at best.
And not just because I really want to kill them.
Noted.
He said
I want-
not because
I want Ezra to challenge the Kuatoa champion in single combat and see how that works out.
Dagger v dagger.
Misty Step, Storm Sphere.
You better hope. Better.
Oh boy.
Better hope.
Shocking Grasp.
I mean, okay, so just more
Old
exploring
person.
then, or what do you guys want to do?
Do we want to see what else
honestly,
is
I
down
think-
here?
I think probably the most important thing right now, the most aggressive thing on this floor is that Aboleth. I think we need to take care of that. And
All right,
how
well,
we
we
want to
know-
take care of that is kind of what's on the table.
Do we
We
want
know
to
where
scout
some
the area to see if there's
rafts
any
are.
other ways? Like, we haven't explored the west. It looks like there's another path to the south if I'm looking at the map correctly.
Yeah, that does exist.
To see if maybe that goes further west and see if there's anything else over there.
Also, isn't there a giant somewhere?
An Etten is
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But we were told by the alchemist that he's like a cool dude.
Yeah, where the
You know,
hell is
like-
that guy? I don't know how we've missed him so far.
Because we didn't go straight west, we went southeast.
Yeah.
And he was to be west of the
I'm
alchemist.
not super worried about the Etten. Like, if
What is this NPC marker on our map?
Which one?
Which one?
one is
The
Darabelle, one
far
is the
right one.
The far
No,
right
the
one
Far right one.
are the drow.
Is
That
the
one
drow.
is, yeah, specifically the drow encampment and Malith Ovrindar.
Okay. I mean, I don't. Wherever you guys want to go, I'm down. Let's do it. You want to loop back and explore south from the west?
So south is where we ran into the Aboleth. And if I remember
Southeast.
correctly, if we continued going south from there, it was just more river.
No, yeah, but okay. So if you look at the map, directly west of where we are right now, and south of the Alchemist, there's another path, and then there's a bunch of paths to the west, the far west, that may or may
Yeah,
not lead somewhere.
The west southwest has not really been touched.
So west, southwest.
Directly west of where we are now, south of the Alchemist.
Oh, you want to go back there? Okay. You confused me when you said south because that's like at the north of the map. But yeah, okay, we can go up there and just kind of head down from there.
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Okay.
And
Marching
it's
order?
Immediately river
Ah.
and Jeremy left with it.
Stop it. Marching order.
1.
Are you,
7.
do you guys here? Do you just keep your set marching order?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, JG, you want to be ahead of me so you're closer if we get into a fight because I can cover more distance.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yes, lead Ezra.
Yes,
Well,
leave Ezra at the back. Matashtai can
choice.
save me, and you don't cut me.
I am rather capable of saving him.
All right. So you guys begin to move back towards the great cavern. Ooh, it's not a good cavern. It's a great cavern.
So you said
Outside,
cavern at first. I was like, what the fuck?
outside of the alchemist's shop. And the ground here again is soft and loamy, right? You actually get far enough away from the river that you no longer hear it gurgling. And you find yourself at the southern entry or egress leading away from the alchemist. It is lined with a row of sharp-looking stalactites.
Egg boys.
Egg boys. So, as you are heading down that direction, we're trying to stay a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay far enough ahead that if my pack
Keeping an
says
eye
to
out
pick
for
something
dark
up, I
mantles
can
on the roof.
shout somebody.
So, as you reach this point,
Mm-hmm.
enough of you are within the range of the stalactites that you hear this clatter, right? And it draws your attention up just as dark shapes begin to down from the stalactites. So, everyone, select your tokens and roll for initiative.
In it.
In it. And un momento, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick and grab a drink, and then we will have some battle.
Fuck is that madness?
I was like, do we fight the Kuatoa? Do we fight the Apola? Maybe even the Drow? No, exploring.
I mean, who knows what else is down here? How many times have we just gone right to task and missed out on...
Fair. But here's the thing, right? Like, I know, like, mechanically, the longer we wait, the more that aboleth is going to be able to regen his forces, and
Good.
that could be problematic.
You know what they call that, Jay? Experience.
I mean, maybe.
I'm not having to go to work tomorrow?
It counts.
Aww.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm Casey. Okay, I shush. Alright, boyos. We got some stuff. Okay. Let's get some initiative. All right.
A piercer.
Yeah.
Damn, that Karen medal was pretty good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
So,
I
yeah.
posted it
gonna-
in general.
Gotcha. Okay, let us begin the battle. You guys are surprised? Pierce Alercer goes first. This guy is revealed. A slug-like shape goes out of the sky and basically tries to fall right on top of you, Matt. It has advantage on strike. Okay. And oof. It is I think it's not super.
It's a crit. Which one? Who's this at? Was this at me or?
This is at you.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Okay. So, this creature drops at you. You take actually another 2d6 because it's a 20-foot high ceiling.
Wouldn't it be 46? Is he crit?
Well, it's 1d6 for each 10 feet. So what's already there is the first d6. So it's two. It would be 2d6 total, but he crit for another 2d6. You take 14 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Which obviously is not enough to kill you. Right? So this large slug-like thing with this like sharp almost kind of like mouth or whatever lands on you, and it hurts. It like cracks your shoulder and it pierces down in. But then the creature just kind of like flops down, and as it hits the ground, you see it kind of like, and you can see that it can barely move. It has these tiny appendages, and it almost immediately begins to kind of like drag itself along the ground. And immediately afterwards, you hear this as more of these shapes begin to drop.
Freaking drop bears.
Yeah, they're drop bears. They're drop bears, but they do jack shit when after they land. So that was the first one. Ashes, you are also surprised. Next one is up. Matashtai drops on you. Big whiff.
Or misses.
Next one is again at Matashtai. That's a 22. I think that hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it does 4 damage to you total.
Okay.
Next one is at Ashes. 10 misses. Next one... Ooh. That would have been also at Ashes and would have missed. And then we get 3 at Bones. So... Miss. Aha! Crit!
Oh no. A 3 damage crit.
9 damage total to you, Bones, as this basically slug thing drops on you and hurts a little bit and then kind of like flops off you. And then the last one on you, Bones. Oh, another one. Ooh!
Jeremy.
That one rolled well. So a grand total on that crit of 14 damage, Bones.
Okay.
As another one almost immediately afterwards hits you and then flops over to the side. You are all suddenly surrounded by these weird, except for Ezrah, surrounded by these weird slug-like creatures who, like many of the monsters you have met so far in the Underdark, are ambush predators. But you clearly are out of their league. Because having not died on the initial barrage, you realize none of these creatures can crawl further than maybe 10 feet or so at a time. Ezrah, what do you want to do?
We commence the murder.
Ezrah, what do? You watch. There's the sudden like, oh shit, and all these things, and then you're like, oh wait, really?
Ezrah takes aim at the closest one and summons a Spectral Claw.
Okay. Hey, that's a hit. Yeah, easy peasy.
That was a really shit roll.
So as the claw does kind of like scrape down the side of this creature, it does kind of spark and hiss for a second. These things do have a very craggy, stony exterior, right? They seem to be well armored, as evidenced by the ones that missed you, kind of like hit the floor and gave this loud crack, right? But it didn't seem to like bother them. So you wound one, but anything else for your turn?
I take a couple of steps back.
Okay. This piercer.
One slugs at you.
Well,
5 feet.
this piercer at your feet, Matashtai, right? It looks up at you and it has these big red eyes on the side of its face. Actually, do we have a handout for these things? I love these. Look at these baby boys. Look at those baby boys.
Is it the mouth? What is that sewed on the side of it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Secondary mouth.
I think its mouth is on the top of its head.
Who
I don't
fucking
know.
It's a
knows?
top mouth. It's got a sucker and a top mouth.
So,
Yeah, I just want to grab it by its tail and start swinging it at
So-
the nearest stalactite.
so Matashtai, the piercer to the south of you, right? It begins to slowly crawl away from you towards the nearest wall, as if with the intent to start to slowly climb back up the side of the wall. It cannot harm you while on the ground. It just kind of like flops and crawls over towards the wall. And it's not fast enough to actually move out of your range. It's too slow. Ashes, what do you want to do?
What a stupid creature.
Take my sword, underhand it, look at the one, I guess, below me, and just... I stab at thee.
You stab at thee.
Sure you don't want to ride up?
Nice.
I mean,
That's definitely a hit.
oh boy, 7.
Nice.
Is this the 7?
So you stab the creature.
Yeah, I guess I should. Like, I don't know if I can ride
I'm
up
just
in the middle
kidding,
of the
man. Like, you don't need to. Like,
I know, but it just could. Whatever.
That's a hit.
All right, so 18 total.
Okay. Ashes just kind of like hefts his sword and begins to like hack into this thing. And again, as you're stabbing into it, your sword does kind of like spark, and you can tell these creatures are naturally armored. They do have this kind of craggy, rocky exterior, so they're not just the easiest thing in the world to hit. But they just seem incredibly ineffectual outside of their initial ambush. Matashtai.
I slam down on them with Tamakiri.
Okay.
Whap one on the north one.
Okay.
That
can
probably
keep
keep
this.
hit. What's their AC?
That doesn't hit, actually. So you crack down on it, and it just reverberates off of the creature.
I re-whap it.
That does hit. Nice.
12 damage.
It cracks down on the creature. You hear this kind of like little squee that comes from it, but it doesn't die. It just squeals in pain.
It
All right,
enjoyed
man.
it. It squeaked in pleasure.
And then I go to punt it.
Punt it. That's a hit.
You best not be punting it at Ashes.
I punt it directly at Ezra.
It flies across the space towards Ezra, but it falls short. But as it hits, its body kind of like snaps and it moves no more. Anything else?
No.
All right, this one does try to move away from you.
I murder it.
Okay. That's a hit. Okay. Oop. All right. This one tries to slowly climb up the side of the wall from where Ashes is. Bones, you're up.
I take careful aim
Okay.
and strike with advantage on
Yep.
just fucking one of them. It doesn't really matter to me. With Wind Spike.
Okay.
Wind Spike. Oh, that's sharpshooter. I did not mean to click that, but
It's
whatever.
a hit.
Still hits.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I can't throw it because it would be at normal. Whatever, just subtract 10 from that. It's fucking 8.
Okay.
Plus snake attack.
Plus snake attack. Ah.
21.
You stab into this creature next to its eye, and it just hisses and squirms, and its little slug tail flops back and forth.
Slug
It
tail.
seems incredibly hurt, but still holding on to life.
Alright, we'll enjoy that. Turn's over.
Do you guys murder these piercers with extreme prejudice?
Sure do.
Yep.
Over the course
If
of
any
the
of them
next...
make it up the wall, I just start hucking daggers.
That's the thing. They're so slow that some of them do get on the walls, right? But they can't get, like, they only move at like 5 feet per turn. So you guys have just this field day, and I don't know if it's just pathetic or if it's cathartic or what, but you were able to just hack these creatures down kind of at your leisure.
Man, that thing fucked up my shoulder. I'd murder it.
Okay, so about a half a minute passes basically as you like chase these things down, kill them all, murder them, find their families, murder them as well.
Good, good.
And then you leave this hall full of broken, bloodied piercer corpses.
Good piece of shit.
Good. We then go up onto the roof or the ceiling of this cavern and search for any others that didn't drop and murder those too.
Oh, nice, nice. Nice, very nice. Okay. After that is all said and done, what is the plan now? We continue south?
Continue south.
Okay, Bones, you are the one that is gonna witness this first. So, I'm gonna put you here. As
Okay,
everyone
witness.
else is kind of moving forward.
Witness me!
Witness!
Witness him.
So, Bones, you, and this is, if I ever overstep, just let me know. But what I imagine is Bones is kind of like pacing forward, and then as he kind of witnesses something, he's like holding up a fist or like holding, giving the signals to stop, right? To halt.
Yeah, I do. I do that.
And Bones, you see before you. Actually, you hear it before you see it. You hear the flutter and screech of bats again.
Okay.
But as you kind of like you round this corner and you look into this cavern, it's not bats. You can see bats, a couple bats across the ceiling, but it's not the bats that gain your attention. On the western edge of this cavern is this large crystalline outcropping of deep amethyst. And standing in and next to this outcropping are these bizarre looking creatures. These three-legged, three-armed, dark brown mottled skin, kind of maybe scaly, with just this mouth where like a head would normally be. And they're hitting with these kind of like hooked claws into the amethyst and just gouging out chunks of the amethyst and tossing them up and over into these just head maws. And you hear this as they crunch down upon and devour the amethyst. The things you see before you,
I don't know what the fuck to make of that.
look at it like this.
They look at her like that.
Hey, that's something
Oh,
you
Lord.
need something for. Zorns? Wasn't there something you needed from a Zorn? The alchemist
No.
said something about Zorns.
I don't know. If I can't get a heart, it doesn't matter.
You also can hear the river from here.
Oh, he did say Zorn eyes, yeah.
You're welcome.
Here you go. What is that? Is this a beast? What the fuck is this?
The monstrosity.
Is it like natural, or is it doing the bidding of someone else?
It's just
It's-
like
Why?
rock.
It seems like it's eaten some crystal, is what it seems like.
But just because I'm baffled.
hungry.
I'm baffled
What
by
do you
this
eat?
piece of shit.
So, you've halted the party. What do you do?
I go back. Yeah,
Okay.
there's some weird fuckers eating crystals. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this my whole life.
Are they aggressive, do you think? Or should we find out? I can just walk up in there and see what happens.
I walk up in there.
All
I'll
right.
wait right here.
Yeah, I
Head
need
up.
to get
Okay.
ready because this is gonna go poorly.
A ready in action to
Yeah,
whip a
if
gag.
people want to be in specific positions, now is the time to be in specific positions. Okay.
I walk out
so-
with my light
Okay. Yeah. Continue.
and I say,
Oh, with your light out. Okay. So as
Yeah.
as you kind of like step out into the open and your light is out, these creatures do kind of like turn and you hear this kind of like.
it's not a promising start.
Huh?
It's not a promising start, okay?
They don't like charge you or anything like that, but they seem. It's like a beast hissing at the light, type scenario.
Okay.
Another thing to note as you kind of like move into this chamber, the ground here is thick with mud and bat guano, to the point to where it kind of like sucks your feet as you walk through it. It would appear as though this entire cavern is probably going to be difficult terrain.
All right. Take a step forward.
They seem, the closer you get, the more like apprehensive they get. Or do you like you do that? They
Makes
raise
sense.
their 3 arms and they.
I call in ashes to help me.
Roar.
Wow,
They
really? You just put
They
nothing
seem
into that one, huh?
unimpressed by this new threat.
I see clearly. Just, all those muscles are for show, huh?
They seem agitated, right? You can tell that they seem to have a similar response to the carrion crawler that you had seen in the Zerkwood forest that was protecting its Dwargard meal, right? They're acting like beasts who are protecting food.
All right.
Right.
I'm trying to walk past it. And go over here.
And I need everyone to
Yep.
select their
That triggers them.
tokens. Select their tokens and roll for initiative as Matashtai gets a little too close for comfort to the Zorns, and they and rush forward. No,
It's am my
it's-
fist,
it's
not
like-
am your fist.
no eat crystal. You take my candle.
I want the crystal.
I drink your milkshake.
Okay. Out of one battle and into another. Battle. Okay. Ho!
Zorn, I'm all out of shape. This is how I feel.
Okay. Top of the round. Ashes, you're kind of like slinking behind Matashtai as he's kind of like trying to skirt, basically like towing the line, obviously trying to see just how far he can get before these creatures will react. And that moment comes, right? One of them unleashes this roar as Matashtai gets a little too close, and they begin to charge into action. You are just a little faster. What would you like to do?
Bonus action. Turn into a werewolf. And then I actually get super aggressive, and I'm going to
They're immediately like, oh shit, wait, what? Oh, we didn't know you were a wolf, bro. We're sorry, man. Oh,
Wolf,
fuck. Call it off.
I
Call it
wanna
off,
flip
y'all.
nope, and claw.
Okay.
And claw.
Ooh, we get the
Good
crits.
lord. Alright, so boom. Boom.
Okay.
So 23.
Yeah, great, fantastic. So your claws rake down onto this creature, and it feels like you're attacking a wall.
Right.
Like, you run up to this thing, and it's flailing, and it's got this weird mouth, right? But your claws rake into it, and it's like you're raking the side of a fucking wall, basically.
All right.
So, and actually, it even looks like as you get you're now directly on top of it. What looked like scales previously, you realize it's just like rock. Yeah, it's just like pebbles and rock as skin. You tear into this thing. And it is mad. Anything else for your turn?
In turn.
Ezra, you're up. You can't quite see everything that's going on, but you can hear that battle has been engaged. What would you like to do?
I creep forward so I can see what's going on.
So you see this just sparkling wall of deep purple amethyst, and ashes in wolf form next to one of these three bizarre creatures. What do you want to do?
Fuck it.
Book it. Hypnotic pattern.
I don't remember that being an option in combat.
Okay.
Roll to fuck.
Gotcha.
That would be more of a charisma thing, right?
Basing it in such a way.
Not to hit an ally. DC 16. Wisdom saving throw.
16, wisdom saving throw. Not their greatest option. Ashes, your claws are magical, right?
They are. When I'm in... no! They aren't unless there's a right on them. Then they're considered magical.
So you did not have a right?
No, I use my bonus action to wolf up.
Gotcha.
That, yeah, after the
Fuck
update.
on
It used
that,
to be
dude.
an action, but after the update, it's a bonus action. So I can't turn and right in the same turn.
Gotcha. Okay. Wisdom saving throw 3 times. Uno, dos,
Wow.
tres.
Wow.
Poop, poop, poop. Each one is... Darn. Anything else for your turn?
Hey, now, wife, please.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the needful and take a couple steps back.
Kindly do the needful and send me your social.
Okay. Bones, you watch as Ezra steps forward, waves his hand, mutters some arcane language, and the 3 creatures begin to slump motionless.
Dope. I whip wind spike at someone sharpshooting. At the one now I'm after. It slumps. Is it charmed or incapacitated or what?
Yeah, they're what is it? Hypnotic pattern is charm. Well, yeah, it's charmed, but it's
Okay, so it's just normal then.
It's
So it's just-
incapacitated.
it's incapacitated.
So it's just normal then.
Yes.
'Cause that's nothing. There's nothing extra on that. Okay. Whatever. Sharpshooting wind spike. Suck it. 13.
13. This thing just ching off the side of the creature.
All right, throw another one. Sharpshooting gore. No, sharpshooting troll king heart. But I'm gonna roll a normal dagger because I don't want to. All right, well then I use my 40 feet of movement to walk on up.
Ching!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, what was that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, or 35, 40. I just get my daggers.
And you were doing difficult terrain, right?
I was not. I'll just cat dash to make it so that worked.
Perfectly fine. Not a problem.
Turn over.
Okay. Well, this guy is charmed. Matashtai.
Okay. Also, Zach, you have to move Woods to It's Not Monday. He also broke the rule.
Oh God, what a shame.
Fucking rule breakers here, man.
People can't just understand law.
I don't understand. We had a whole war about this.
Crikey. Just, ugh,
Ooh.
disgusting.
Okay, I go here.
Okay.
And I commence the battering upon this thing.
Okay.
Whap, whap, whap.
Whoa.
Whap, whap, whap. Each whap hits.
Whap, whap, whap.
I hate that song.
There's some whores in this house.
So does Ben Shapiro.
So the creature
I hate that
snaps
man too.
back to awareness and shrieks and flails its arms, right? Clearly, displeased by what has happened to it.
There's some whores in this house.
Anything else for your turn?
Hey. No.
Certified.
Okay.
There's no save.
No, this guy's awake.
Oh, okay.
This guy legitimately just like bones, ashes, Matashtai, you're
Hi.
all around this guy, right? He just
Sure am.
this tri-legged, tri-armed, weird mouth earth thing just goes just like
All right. Say goodbye.
down into the ground.
It's got a freaking burrow
Do I, get,
speed.
do I get an opportunity
No,
attack?
it just like merges with the ground.
Oh, that's what it does.
It just goes
Okay, goodbye.
like by the time it leaves your space to provoke an attack of opportunity,
It's just not there.
it's earth.
That's cool. That's cool.
It is cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Cool. It's cool until you see a hand to the south up out of the ground, grab the one to the north, and begin to shake it.
Damn, they smart boy.
Yo, these things are smart.
Yeah, they are actually. They are smarter than your average bear.
Maybe we should just go.
No, they
Which
picked this fight.
which awakens this one.
They think that we picked this fight. Like,
Well, to be real, the way this fight started out, initiative started, but like we crept closer and closer and
Mhm.
closer, and then they said rah, and we like step.
No, they picked
Basically.
the
Like
fight.
pattern.
Yeah.
They're the ones in the bad. Also, I want their
don't know.
eyes.
Also, I want their eyes. The one to the south of you, Matashtai, is shaken awake. And it waves its claws around, right? And then it kind of just spins at you.
oh no,
And as it
it's
spins,
the troll king all over again.
as it spins, each of these three, because you see their hands are actually also tri-influenced. They have these three claws on their hands. So each hand like whips around and whoosh, 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 claw at you, in rapid
What woke it
succession.
up? Did the one that went in the
The one under the
stone,
ground, yeah, popped out and woke it up.
and then that one disappeared back into the ground.
Yep. So this thing is gonna make a so dumb. It spins to win at you with a claw, miss, claw, miss, claw, miss.
I'm just like,
Yeah, you just keep like leaning back and it's just pressing you. Woof, woof, woof. But in that last little instance, it like gives a little jump, like a little hop. Like, I say a jump, it doesn't come above your like knee when it hops, right? But it actually like hops and leaves the ground for a second, and it leans towards you, and that big mouth opens up, and it tries to like bite you.
Oh god, 4 attacks?
Oh,
What the-
God.
Hey, and that
Okay.
one hits. All right, so the bite, unexpected, like you're leaning back, dodging away from the spinning claws, right? And then it kind of like gives this little hop leap at you, and it takes you unprepared, and it clips the side of your chest, and just razor sharp fangs, teeth capable of rending through crystal, gouge across your chest. Yeah, you take 18
Bullshit, I want
18
adamantine
piercing
robes.
damage, right?
Bristol Palin. I'd like adamantine studded leather.
Okay.
I'd
Sounds
like
plan.
adamantine robes too.
I forbid Ezra from
all right.
having that.
Immediately afterwards, right? This thing just down into the ground.
This is bullshit.
Damn.
I've used Investiture of Stone. I couldn't end my turn there. This is horseshit. I was one of the stone.
Thanksgiving hours.
Thanksgiving hours. Where
Damn,
the fuck
Whole
you
Foods
going
is
on
open the
Thanksgiving?
whole fucking day. Holy shit, that's
Who
sad
is?
for them. Whole Foods.
Oh goodness.
I
all
feel
right.
sorry for their staff.
It is Ashes. It's your turn. You watch as the creature before you, right, drops in the ground, just disappears, and then the one to the south of Matashtai awakens, tries to blender him, bites the shit out of him, and then it drops into the ground too.
All right, I'm gonna. Let me see if I 20 just enough to get here, right?
Okay. Yep.
Now I'm gonna bonus action right, so Hippocratic die just to see. All right, I take 4 minus 4, and I'll do Thunder, and then for my
Thunder.
action, I am going to hold my attack action for when an ally next attacks this creature.
That's only one
You
attack.
only get one attack if you do that, remember?
Yeah, you
Oh,
should
yeah,
just
that
kill it.
All right. Well, well, the thing is, I just use my bonus action, so I only attack twice.
So you can hold one attack, or you can attack twice now. What do you want to do?
All right, fuck it.
Me and Bones go.
22 hits, a 13 does not.
Oof. 12 damage.
Now your attacks are magical, though, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, as your claw glides through it this time, instead of that striking against a wall, your claws actually gouge pretty deeply into the thing, and you're like, oh, okay. I got it. There's a crack of thunder. Anything else for your turn?
That will be end.
Alright, that boy's awake now. Ezra, it's your turn.
I'm gonna poke my head in and see how things are going.
You poke your head in, and there's only
Two of
one
them are
of them
gone.
now.
They've already killed 2 of them. Nice, awesome.
Two of them are gone, and the one that is there isn't charmed
That's nothing.
anymore.
Yeah. So my spell is gone then.
Yeah.
Look at the cat ears.
And I'll go hell and rake the boy that werewolf man is working on.
Reek. Sparks spray across the creature's side, but your spell does not penetrate.
Damn.
Damn, no penny, bro.
No penny. And the creature kind of like looks, and you see they don't just have a single eye. Each one of them has 3 eyes, one on each of its 3 sides. So this creature kind of like spins.
The Triforce.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of its eyes just like glares over at you, Ezra.
I'm gonna take a step back then.
Okay.
I'm gonna break line of sight because that's creepy.
Good. We won't know when they come up next to you.
Bones,
Oh, you'll know.
it's your turn.
I whip the same dags that I just retrieved at this one, continuing to be stubborn and do a sharpshooter only.
Okay.
So wind spike,
Wind
Troll King's
spike!
Fury,
Ooh.
6 and 8.
Ching, ching, just scatters off, and they sound just horrid when they hit the ching, ching.
20.
It opens its mouth and eats the dagger.
That would be
I will say
real
this.
unfortunate. 10, 20,
It does
30.
begin to. You see the one that is still standing. It begins to. You see this kind of like almost little 2 slits underneath its eye, and it goes.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Bones specifically.
Whatever. 10, 20, 30. I'll retrieve my dags.
Okay.
Turn over.
The creature. Okay. Survival gets the better of it in this particular situation. And it tries to spin to win on the creature that has harmed it, being Ashes.
Probably wants all those gems I took out of the ropers. I don't know how it would smell them in the extra dimensional space, but
Well,
Smells everything.
they have extra dimensional smell, I guess. Which is
claws
Yeah,
at Ashes.
residue.
No, honestly, I forgot that you had them in the extra dimensional space. I thought you just had them on your person. That's okay. They smell other things on your person.
Oh, that's fair.
Ashes, claw. 18.
Actually, no, I'm in Lycan form. That gives me 1 more AC, putting it at 19.
All right, claw. Ooh, big whiff. Oh, nope, we're okay. And claw. 24.
That'll do.
Okay, so you take
I'll take 4.
4 slashing damage, and then it does a bunny hop and tries to bite you. 22.
Oh no, I hit a button.
He is bitten.
He is
I'm
bitten
bitten.
for another 6. All right, and
Not
then
them.
this boy whoop,
Has been
into the
poked.
ground. Matashtai. All 3 of the creatures seem to have. What the fuck? What is
Yeah,
happening?
Shit. All right.
Stab the ground.
How high is this room?
About 20 to 30 feet, depending on like the very center is about 30 feet high.
All right. Can I get up on the wall?
Yeah,
and walk
absolutely.
up to the ceiling?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get up on the wall. And I'm gonna walk up to the ceiling and position myself above Bones and Ashes, like right
Okay.
here. Like
Sure.
right here.
All right. It's
And,
actually so it takes you just a little bit to get over to the wall, but once you're up on the wall, you find it easier for you to move around than on the floor because the wall's not difficult terrain for you.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm gonna get up in
Hey.
here, and then I'm gonna hold my action
They
to
like it.
attack from above if one of these things pops up in range.
Attack from above, i.e., drop on that bitch.
Correct.
I become a goddamn dark man.
Become a piercer. All right. So you,
I have learned from the enemies we fought.
yeah. Okay. Fantastic. All right.
Certified freak. There's some holes in this
Can y'all
house.
see that?
There's some holes in this house.
I don't see
No, I don't
That
see
is,
anything.
So no, can't see shit.
Cool. All right. A creature surfaces right next to Bones, triggering Matashtai's held
I
action.
dropped from the sky.
Whoa! All right, you dragoon the shit out of this thing. Roll at advantage because it cannot see you. It does not know where you are.
Okay.
That is a scenario only from this creature, by the way. That's not a, oh, if I go to the ceiling, I'll always get advantage because they won't see me. This thing, the way its eyes are positioned, it doesn't seem to be able to see past a certain height.
That's weird.
Gotcha. Okay. So 21
A
to hit.
weird blind spot to have.
21 hits.
Do I finally get to do my death from above?
You absolutely do.
Well, it might be damage from above.
Yeah, less
no.
death from above and more damage from above.
Yeah. So
All right.
would that be 3d6 from the ceiling?
Since you're so close to the wall, it would only be 2d6 because it's only about 20. In the center, it's close.
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
30.
Is it like domes?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Right. So, but yes, that will be an extra 2d6.
Wow, he actually is just a piercer.
I am a piercer.
Well, you know. All right. So 15 damage. The creature is taken by surprise, right? And just kind of like hisses and screeches as this man drops on him with a spear and stabs it. Sparks fly. And then... Oh, I gotta
There's no way of
check.
telling which one's which.
Nope. Okay.
Since it's made of rock, can I stay standing on top of it?
No.
I don't think that's where you want to be.
No.
Well, I can't blade storm me up there.
How could
Um.
it can fucking eat you?
Well. Let's see. Oh. No.
Also, I can't remember. When you hold your action, do you get both attack actions?
You
or
only
just
get the one. Yeah, you just get the single. So, Matashtai, is your character sheet correct and up to date? Like with what you're carrying?
Let me double check.
Like, specifically, are you carrying all that money on you?
I guess that's a.
I
Yeah,
guess
you never carried the
so.
money on the outside, bro.
I guess. I don't know. I've never specifically put it into my bag of holding one so I could see it here. But
Okay. So, this thing begins to kind of grope at not you, but at your pouches and pockets and things like that. Like, so it is going to make a dexterity check against you.
Bro, it's trying to fucking pickpocket you.
Well, it's
as I
not trying to
stare at it.
It's not trying to pickpocket you necessarily, but it's trying to like swipe at your stuff instead, right?
Okay.
And its aim is pretty unerring. So what I need you to do is I need you to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. Ooh, 16. Okay. So this thing is going to make a dex check to try to see if it can beat that. Oh no. No. So it swipes with one of these like little hooked claws at your stuff, and you realize it's not attacking you, it's trying to get at your stuff. And specifically, almost immediately, because of its aim, it's striking specifically at where you're keeping your coin. And its mouth just goes.
Get off my money.
And then, unsuccessful, it sinks back into the ground. Ashes, you're up.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And hold my action to attack. And it's
Okay.
gonna be if the grabby rock man comes out.
Ezra, you're up.
I'm gonna step forward.
We've
Seeing
been
my
all-
allies all posturing in an aggressive stance with nothing seen, I'm gonna go ahead and hold a chill touch at the first rock monster that decides to make its presence known.
Great. Bones, you're up.
I will take a bonus action to look something up.
To look something up. What?
And then I will take a bonus action to drink a potion of healing
Okay.
+2. I will heal 8 HP,
Nice.
53, and then I will ready an action to do the needful.
Do the needful. All right. Up out of the ground comes Okay, I gotta roll for because it matters. Okay. Yeah. Up out of the ground comes a Zorn. And its grubby hands go towards Matashtai.
Do we all attack it?
Yeah, so held actions. Ashes, you have a held action, but he's out of your range. Ezra, you have a held action, so yours would proc.
Chill touch.
And Bones, you were throwing, I'm assuming?
Rip.
The needful
That's
is,
part of the.
It is.
is
I mean, that's
throwing?
part of the needful. Yeah.
Okay, so you can throw? Ooh. Alright, you good. You good.
Yeah,
Oh!
19. Yeah, suck it.
Just hit. You
Yeah!
just hit.
Eat that 32 damage.
Woo! Woo,
Well.
woo, woo. The creature comes up and is very like it's going for Matashtai, and it just gets hit out of nowhere by this fucking wind spike, and it just shrieks, just like which actually is gonna change what it tries to do. Initially, it was just gonna go for Matashtai's money again, but now having been legitimately harmed, its survival instincts kick in, and it instead is going to try to kill Matashtai.
What the fuck? I didn't do anything to it.
So, you know,
Kill the man. Don't take the money.
claw, miss. Claw,
Money is
miss.
forever.
Claw, miss. Bite!
Crit bite.
Not a crit bite.
Hits harder than the crit bite did.
It did.
It
Well,
did hit pretty hard.
Look, bro, just uncanny dodge. It's fine.
So, yeah, just uncanny dodge. Alright, so this creature bunny hops and gets you again. And then it sinks back into the ground. Matashtai, you're up.
I run up to the ceiling again and put my fucking coin in my bag of holding.
That would take an action to do that.
I don't give a shit. That's what I'm doing. I'm staying up here where it can't fucking murder me.
Okay, alright. Okay,
I'm gonna go stand out above ashes.
alright.
Situations are inevitable. He does the thing.
A rocky tri-beast pulls itself out of the ground behind Ezra.
As the scriptures foretold.
As the scriptures foretold. And
I
it
don't think
attempts
anyone is surprised by that.
it attempts to spin to win Ezra. Alright.
Rude.
Claw. 15.
It's
9 damage.
Oh, this is gonna
Claw.
be a bad time.
16. 5 damage. Claw. 16. 5 damage. Bite. 23 for 10 damage. So this thing just comes up out of the ground and just blenders on Ezra.
Rude.
Is it though?
Yes.
And then
My dude, you need shield like
it sinks back into the
20
ground.
sessions ago.
Actually, I'm shocked that you don't have shield.
I only get so many spells. Fuck off.
All right,
That
this
seems
one
like
is
an important
actually
one, just gonna
hurt
be
enough to the
honest.
point. This one comes up, and
Rise up.
they're smart, but they're not necessarily smart enough to know that someone is holding an action. So he comes up here, which would trigger Ash's action.
I claw at thee.
Have at thee, fiend!
That's a hit.
And right, 7 damage.
7.
7, like
It
7.
says 7.
7.
Okay. It kind of, and tries to blender bones. Claw,
Try then, fiend.
miss.
No.
Claw, miss.
No,
Claw, hit.
that does hit.
Dig it.
I used my reaction to attack. I don't
Okay,
have anything.
gotcha. 4 damage. Bite. Ooh, big whiff.
Unfortunately, no. Fiend!
Okay, so this creature blenders, right? And then does this slightly bigger bunny hop than usual and snaps up at Bones' head and just misses horribly. And it tilts too far, its center of gravity goes off, and it actually lands down on the ground on its face. And as it is trying to scramble back up, it is unable to actually sink back into the ground on its turn. So it's still there.
Uh-oh.
And that is its critical fail. Ashes, you're up.
I claw.
He claws. Now keep in mind, Matashtai is on the ceiling above you, so you could technically move into his space and get advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I'll just stand here so we don't have overlapping tokens.
Yeah, that's fine. Just notation.
I'll re-roll for crit.
Yep, absolutely.
Nope.
No.
Okay. So
That still
14
hits.
damage on the first
14
hit.
damage. Yeah.
Second hit.
Uh, 16 does not hit.
And final hit.
Ching.
20.
20 does hit.
For another 10.
Do you only write damage once? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I do.
It was just slow to load for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
I will step away. Wait. So I can see who's no. Yeah, no. I'm gonna remain standing where I am so that Bones can get advantage.
Ezra, you're up.
I don't like
Yeah! Advantage.
I'll do this. That way, I'll offset myself.
And
Well,
I'm gonna
keep
feel
in
touch.
mind as you're moving through
Upside
here,
down board.
it's difficult terrain.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, basically past this point is difficult terrain. Because it's covered in mud and bat poop. And it suctions to your stuff. Ezra fucking over here high stepping like, oh no, oh fuck that, no!
Oh, Lord.
I love Ezra. You know why I love Ezra? Because Ezra's the hero that I would be if I was actually in D&D. I wouldn't be fit, I wouldn't be charging into battle, I wouldn't be like super brave
no,
or anything
stay the
like that.
fuck
I would be
away
this
and-
asshole in the back like, please Lord, let me have magic. Oh god, fuck!
And I'm gonna chill touch upside down, bro.
Okay.
Oh, yeah! Oh, chill, touch him.
Max
Touch him.
God,
Holy.
the hell, yeah, that's a hit. That one,
Oh,
Basic-
God.
you like fist the mouth hole
Oh, gross.
That's gross. All the things we talk about, that's gross.
He liked it.
Bones the Butcher says something's gross, and it's got to be gross.
That's
I'm not
fair.
really into fisting, if I'm honest with you.
Bones the Butcher, you're up.
I butcher.
He
At
butchers at advantage.
Butchers.
Vantage Elite Butchers.
Alright, Wind Spike is probably down there, so
It is.
I already have the other one in my offhand, so I'll just draw Gore for my main hand.
Okay.
And which one of these buttons is normal Gore attack? This one.
Your sheet is like 30 buttons, man.
As it would be.
Just 30 buttons.
So many dice.
Ooh, okay, so the first one is a big miss. The second one hits.
Enjoy that 20 damage.
So the creature is thrashing and screeching as Ezra like slashes through it, right? Like rakes across the side of it. You see one eyeball like pop, and the thing just spins and just flings its arms about, and it gives Bones the opportunity to step forward, and he makes one slash, and it chings off the side of the rocky exterior, and then he rears back and plunges the Troll King's Heartseeker into the creature, and it buries deep, and the whole thing continues to just writhe and fling about before, after a moment, lurching to a halt and falling still.
Dope. I use my movement to and go and get my other dag.
Okay. All right. Matashtai, it's your turn.
I
Matashtai.
run across the ceiling above Ezra.
Okay.
And I will hold my action to attack from above, should something jump out at him.
Okay. Ashes, it's your turn.
I'm going to reach into my pouch and grab a fistful of 5 copper and throw it on the ground right beside me.
I totally thought about doing the same thing too.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Anything else
I
for your
only
turn?
count 4. You're missing a copper, sir.
No, I've got 5. They're 5 dots.
I see 4.
Y'all blind.
I see 4. Yeah, I see 4.
Copy.
Anyways, I believe you. Okay, so that's your action. Ezra, it's your turn.
Sorry. And I am going to hold an action. Being the paranoid motherfucker I am, it's going to be a fucking shocking grasp.
Okay. Bones, it's your turn.
I hold an action to do the needful with Wind Spike.
Matashtai, it's your turn.
I move back over and prepare to drop on the thing that comes for the coins.
A few more tense moments pass. And these creatures do not reemerge. It seems as though they are not just feral beasts, but at least intelligent enough to know when they are bested. Having lost one of their kin, it seems as if the other two are not returning to the battle.
All right.
And as that realization, or that potential realization, occurs to you in the following moments, right? You're tense, you're wary, you keep positioning yourselves, trying to make sure that you're ready and capable to respond should the threat reveal itself. But as it doesn't, that is where we will go ahead and end tonight's session. The corpse of one of these Zorn, the other two having fled, lays at your feet, bearing 3 eyes. So, next week, we will see what this actually entails, and we'll see if the party can explore more of the Twisted Caverns and figure out what their plan is for dealing with Elune the Aboleth, and for dealing with the Drow, and for maybe dealing with the Kuatoa, or maybe we're dealing with the Drow and dealing with the Kuatoa,
Do not
and
have a plan.
who knows,
I like how that
right?
was all like, you know what, we're just not doing any of that.
So we will see what the party decides potentially next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you then.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.
Stay safe.